with all my yakking, I'm not sure how well I did about inking that. We're gonna try this, just so we can have one on a different piece of paper. Lay it down gently, same thing. I'm doing a rubbing. See, this is more familiar. I've used this paper before. And the paper comes in different weights. So you can use some very light ones, which are really nice, but they're very fragile. They're more fragile when they get wet than some of the heavier ones. Paper is usually rated in a standard that's grams per square meter. And it doesn't mean anything to you until you start using the paper and you keep seeing what the differences are. Most of the papers I like to work with are between maybe 28 and 35 grams per square meter. This I think is a 28. If the number's higher, it's going to be a stiffer paper. If it's lower, it's going to be very thin and a little more fragile. Well, that affects how it picks up the ink, how it stands up to the ink, because while you're trying to get this oil-based ink to be tacky, to give you the detail that you're looking for, that tackiness can also tear the paper. So all of these things come into account. So like I said, I think this is about 28. And I'm familiar with it because, you know, most of these ones you see here hanging on the wall were done with this paper. Okay, hold your breath. A little blotchy, but not too bad, and not an awful lot of difference in its image from the other one. But it's a good start, and it's not something that would make this a candidate for the trash bin. It's got some areas that are darker, but you know, when I print 4 or 5 more fish with that, they won't all be that. And it's really kind of amazing how something you think may not be perfect, and there's a Japanese philosophy called wabi-sabi. Anybody familiar with that? That's the stopping to appreciate the imperfection on your journey to perfection. So, you know, you don't get stressed out about, that could be perfect. No, it's got beauty of its own. You know, they would take like ceramic bowls that were damaged, and instead of like throwing it away or throwing a new bowl, they would stitch it with gold or something, you know, and highlight the imperfection.
Kintsugi.
So, yeah. So this guy's a good candidate for a couple more fish, and when we get into the coloring process, it will detract from any other, what we perceive as imperfections now. You know, some of the most difficult imperfections would be if I was missing a whole section in the back, or I printed 2 tails, or something like that. Now, is there anybody that would like to give this a try?